Hey everybody, Kestin here. Just want to take a few minutes of your time to finally release a video and talk about a subject I've been meaning to go about for a little bit of time now. And a lot of you have been asking questions about why it's happened and why things have been going on the way they have, and I'm ready to finally just sit down and put it out there. Nothing fancy or anything like that, just wanted to have a little heart-to-heart with you all and just talk about what's been going on with me, the channel, and things that I have planned out in the future. So, 2018 is starting to come to near its end. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the States, and a lot has happened with this channel since the start of the year and everything. We've had over 200,000 subscribers added onto this channel at this point, and it's like at over 210,000 right now from what I believe, and that is just incredible to me. So thank you all so much for all of you that have decided to stay tuned to this channel and for all the support that you have been giving me over this time. And I've been getting to a point where I've been doing a lot more projects on the outside, been trying to plan a few more things here and there, apart from the stuff that I've usually done on the channel. And I feel that at this point, it was time for a change. And when we hear the word change, when a lot of us hear the word change, we take it about as well as a fastball to the face. But I felt that it was an appropriate time for me and for the channel, and I'll explain why. It's namely because of the name that I had on the channel. As you probably noticed by this point, Lucario's Claw is no longer the name on this channel. I've switched it over to KestinTheVoice. Now, a lot of you may be wondering why that is. Why I decided to do that, because everyone seemed to know me by Lucario and things like that. Well, I got some explanations and I wanted to take a little bit of time to do it. I feel that for as long as I've been doing YouTube now, I've been doing it for several years now, and I've had a couple different names up to this point. Lucario's Claw wasn't even the first name that I had on there. I actually just went by Kestin24 because back then I didn't even realize that my channel would grow to as big as it was. And then Lucario came along around 2008 and 2010 when I decided to start looking more into voiceover work. It was around that time I had actually auditioned for a little voiceover group that had started up on YouTube called Six Sage Studios that was working on little independent projects here and there and fan dubs and things like that, just starting to get into the idea of voiceover. And that's actually where I met some of my first voiceover friends ever, was in that group. And they were looking for 2 new people to add to the group, and they had based themselves around the 6 sages from Legend of Zelda. So for the guy, they were looking for a Sage of Light, and I actually made it into the group. I passed through their contest and such, and they had said, pick a character to represent yourself as the Sage of Light. So I could have picked someone, you know, like a regular guy character here and there, but I wanted to do something interesting, and that's where Lucario came in. Because I knew Lucario was a Pokemon that had auras surrounding him all the time. He could sense it, he could manipulate it, and things like that. And I thought that would be a neat thing to have as a character, so I decided to pick Lucario. And that's around the same time I changed my name to Lucario's Claw, and just made the C in Claw a K, and just meshed it all together, like the edgy 19-year-old that I was. But, that was a very special time for me because I was starting to branch out and get to know people more, because I was a very quiet, reserved person back then, which I still kind of am at this point, but I've learned to deal with it better and I've learned to reach out to people more. And I feel it was important to make a video to talk about the name change because I feel that's a big moment, because Lucario is a special character to me at this point. I've been able to use him a lot. He's definitely been a good symbol for me and everything, and he represents a time in my life that I was starting to learn more about branching out to people, making friends. A lot of things happened while I was under the name Lucario's Claw, but I feel that at this point, with the things that I'm starting to get into, I need to be able to take on a name that shows off myself, to be able to put myself out there for you all, and you all to be able to enjoy my content, not behind the guise of a character, but as me. And another big issue with that is Lucario is still a Nintendo branded IP. For those of you who don't know what IP is, that's intellectual property. And Nintendo doesn't like sharing their stuff too much. So I think it'd probably be a good time to move away from Lucario and start putting myself out there so it's less likely that Nintendo's gonna come knocking on the door someday, just bust it down. It's like, give us all your Lucarios! But Lucario's always gonna be next to me because he's just been that special of a character to me, and I'm thankful for the time I spent under that name, but it's time to move on to new stuff. And another thing with the name is that I have to explain sometimes what lucariosklaw meant to people, or what it actually stands for, and explain the spelling of it, and then just go through this whole spiel about what it is, or what it means, or what it even is a Pokemon. Yes, there are people out there that still don't know what Pokemon is. So I feel like KestinTheVoice is just very simple, rolls off the tongue and everything, easy for someone to write down, and yeah, that's another big reason why we're going with a new name change. Speaking of new stuff, I've got a lot of things in the pipeline that I've been doing recently. I've been working on making my own website to show off my voiceover talents and such, and to be able to connect with more businesses and more studios and things like that. And you can actually look it up right now. It is live. I've actually been making a couple more edits, but it's still live right now. You just go to www.kestinhauer.com. There's all kinds of things there. It's basically showing off what I can do and things like that. If you are interested in any kind of like business deal or any kind of project that you are interested in, you can send me an email through that website and I'll be able to see it. And also, we'll be able to open a store on that website soon. I am planning on releasing merch for this new line and new face that I'm actually putting on. Well, I say face, but new name that I'm putting on for the channel, so keep an eye on for that. Man, I am starting to talk so well. I've also been working on some new music actually for you all to listen to. I've been working with a band down in Australia known as the Consoles. They are known for taking video game tracks and turning them into like a hit jazzy type music tracks. And I was able to work with them on a song from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy called Brains to make a new version of it. And the music is done. I'm actually going to be recording on it soon, and you should be able to hear it online hopefully in the next few days. And also, we will be putting that out on iTunes and Spotify and everything for you all to download and listen to on your own spare time as a single. So hopefully you all enjoy what we're about to put out. And speaking of music as well, I'm also going to be working on a duet with the Dragon Hat, Andy. We're actually going to be doing a duet on another song from The Greatest Showman. Andy's really excited to do it. I'm excited to finally put together this duet and sing together for the first time, me and him, so keep an eye out for that as well. And you probably also noticed that I've been starting to get more into streaming video games and such. That's probably going to be some of the things you're going to be seeing more on this channel. Me working on video games, starting to make my own comedic skits, more original content for you all to see. I'm hoping I can develop something more tangible and something to make the channel more focused, because I've done a lot of like music stuff here and there, and I want to keep doing that, but I want to try and make the channel a bit more focused on what I'm actually going to be putting out for you all to see. So hopefully we can get on a better path forward with that. So keep an eye out on the channel and keep subscribed to see what I have in store next. And that's about all I have to say on the subject. I'm just really excited about what's going to be coming down the line. I have more opportunities coming up for me than I ever had before. And I think with this change, even though it may seem insignificant to some people, for me it's a big change in my life to be able to move on from lucariosklaw into my own. And I'm just grateful for all the support you all have shown me up to this point. And I hope that we can keep building something from where we're at right now. So, until next time, y'all, this is KestinTheVoice, wishing you a good day, a good evening, and good night. Take care, y'all.